Welcome to our game, Bloody Christmas, a horror-themed wave-based survival shooter. The map layout has three main sections, two fairly open areas and a maze-like area comprised of benches. This area separates the two main areas, and the player will want to avoid that area as much as possible as it allows the enemies to easily trap them. However, the player will sometimes need to advance through the benches to reach the other open area if there are too many enemies surrounding them. The wave system uses an array of 10 entries. Within each entry is a sub-entry to define how many different types of enemy will appear within that wave. Every 10 waves, the difficulty multiplier is upped by 1, which means the enemy health, enemy score, and number of enemies per wave is multiplied by this value. This ensures the game is essentially endless. There is an 8% chance that one of the three types of pickup will drop when an enemy dies. The health pickup simply refills the player's health to full. The speed pickup gives the player a speed boost for 5 seconds. The shield pickup is the most complex. First activates a shield bubble game object attached to the player, along with an additional blue health bar. Then a series of if statements in the player health script dictate whether the damage should come off of the health bar or the shield bar. The majority of the assets were created by me, Lawrence. Some examples include the Christmas tree, bonfire, and original artwork for the menu and game over screen. Some assets were modified. The elves in the game were originally zombies, and the enemies and presents were retextured. We were going to create our own player model, but due to time constraints, we realized a simple retexturing would suffice to make the player look like Santa. One problem that occurred was the blood on the floor. Originally, a lot of different PNGs were used as 2D sprites and spread across the map. However, shadows did not pass over the blood, so instead a quad was added with a special material that allowed the shadows to pass over it. There are three types of enemies in the game: Zombear, Zombunny, and Helephant. The Zombear is the all-rounder. It has average health, movement speed, and attack damage. The Zombunny is the fastest and can keep up with the player if they do not outmaneuver the evil bunny. It does have a weak attack and a lower health to counter this. The final enemy is a mini-boss, the Helephant. It has very high health and a high attack, but its weakness is its speed. A lot of testing was done with various enemy combinations for each wave. I have come up with a system that will keep the player on their toes and prevent the game from getting stale. One wave consists entirely of Zombunnies. This wave makes the player keep running whilst trying to avoid incoming enemies. Wave 10 is the toughest wave. Every enemy type is present and out to get you. The best way to tackle this wave is to first take out the Zombunnies, so you don't have to run as much. Next, the player should strategically trap the Zombears behind the Helephants in the maze, whilst using their slow speed to your advantage to take them out. And that's Bloody Christmas, thanks for watching.